Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Jacqueline, Calamity Crafty Home, and I am a craft teacher. And I've only been on YouTube about 4 months, and I'm absolutely loving it. It is so much fun. This gives me a platform to just teach whatever it is I'm currently making. And my whole vibe is we're going to make things inexpensively that are nice, that are unique, that I'm trying not to copy other creators. I'm trying to think of my own ideas, which is really important to me. And I thrift, I would say 90 to 95% of my items. So if you go back, I think I've got about 45 videos downloaded. You'll find on every one that I'm either thrifting, most of the supplies, the paint, the brushes, whatever. Anyway, so today we're going to be working with boxes, and I'm all fired up about this. And I think it's going to go kind of quickly, to be honest with you, but I'm thinking about Father's Day, and I've always had a dilemma with Father's Day. I am an only child, and my dad is passed now, but whenever Father's Day came, I was always in a befuddle. Like, what was I going to get him? So Daddy, this video is for you, in memory of you, because if you were here, I'd be giving you one of these things. Now, I'm making these boxes today. But what I want you to do is come back if you're able and stay tuned. Subscribe if you'd like my channel, because I am going to put together, after I do some things for Father's Day, I'm going to actually put them together in baskets to give you some ideas. So roll back time before we get started. And if you're interested in painting a journal that has a lion's head on it, that was, I believe, my last video, or the video before that maybe. You can go back and there's instructions. It's a 45-minute video, but it'll show you how to take a blank journal, and I'm going to incorporate those lion journals into my baskets. But anyway, so I went to the thrift store. I always try to show you proof of the pudding. This is a little box made in China. And if you can see there, I just did this today. I went to Goodwill, and that wasn't the right tag, but I still got it for 99 cents, a little box. So I'm going to peel that sucker off, and that's the first thing I'm going to talk about here is what are we going to put in the box. And so I opened the box. It's already a pre-made gift box. I don't have to do much. I mean, if I did nothing to it, this is a great box. Get the bow going the right way. This is a great box for a guy anyway, the gold and the black. It's kind of classy, but I want to show you two options that I'm going to put into this. I'm going to take these out because I don't want you to get the glare from the plastic, but for years and years and years, I have sold matchboxes. I make matchboxes, and I'll be doing a video on them pretty soon. But anyway, these little matchboxes have matches in them, okay? And all I did is I went to the Dollar Tree. This was actually about a year ago, and they have stickers there, and they had these metallic, thick stickers, which I glued on matchboxes. Now, I have sold matchboxes for many, 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 many years. If you're looking to sell something in a craft booth, by the way, take my ideas. Go for it. That's what I'm here for. Anyway, I make matchboxes. Make sure that you make both sides of your matchboxes, not just one side. You can also think about retailing these to stores. Sometimes you can find stores. I used to sell to a couple of them locally. Anyway, so what I did is, you don't have to do this, but I put them in a little plastic bag. And so Dad's going to get some matches. Now, if he's not a smoker or whatever, that's okay. Everybody uses matches, right? We've got candles, they've got campfires, whatever, and these are just really classy. Or, if you're really into ephemera, which I am, paper crafts, I love it, you can go ahead and you can put ephemera on there, and you'll see that on my coming videos. So anyway, you open this up. I don't know what was in it before, but the matches fit absolutely perfect in the box. Wouldn't that be nice? Just a gift on its own. You could decorate it if you want, and we might come back to do that, but I'm going to show you one other idea. So my husband, believe it or not, sells alcohol for a living, and he's a wine steward. But he also sells spirits and everything else. So I don't know where he got these, but at any rate, you can buy these little boxes. And these are Jack Daniels. This is what is it, Tennessee Blackberry. And really advise that you get these because they're kind of fun to give, not just to guys, to anybody. But look at these little bottles, Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. So I'm proposing that you just, this would be a neat idea. Look at these little bottles. They fit right in here, one of each. Isn't that cute? And then just put it in there. They raise up just a little bit in the box. It's not a perfect fit. There we go. But you could just tape it down. And then we're going to come back to this. We're going to actually possibly, if I have enough time, decorate this box. But anyway, we'll take our booze out, put our matchboxes in. Calm down, right? Okay, there's one box. Okay, there's a gift idea for you. Okay, now look at what I found. I found this box. It was $4.99. It was a red tag today, which was 30% off. So I did get it on sale. So that was nice. And you want that. And I saw here it said set of 5 boxes. I'm in for it. Anytime you can buy something at the thrift store that has more than one, do it, right? I mean, that's a really good buy. So I'm going to peel this masking tape off really carefully here. And then inside we're going to have 5 boxes. And just let me, well, sorry to take your time while I'm doing this, but I don't want to rip that inside paper because I want Dad to think that this was, yes, something I made, but something I dreamt up. So we've got 5 boxes. Let's get into it. Look at the graduated sizes. So we have this little tiny one here. And then, of course, you've seen them. They're nesting boxes. I don't know if you've seen these. They came from a company called Broadway Basketeers, if you're interested. I looked them up. It says visit us online at this www.broadwaybasketeers.com. If you're interested in buying them. They make gift baskets themselves. I've never heard of them. I think they're back on the East Coast, maybe in Pennsylvania or Virginia. I can't remember. But I did look them up. One thing I will say is that their stickers and the logo is right. This isn't a sticker. It's right on the box. So I don't know if that matters to you, but you could put some felt on the box bottom, or you could just paint over it if you didn't want that, you know, to be seen. But look at these nice boxes. They're very, very sturdy. And I thought, what could I do with them? And what can I put in them? And what can I do? So we're just going to give you a couple of ideas. That's what this is all about today. And I just quickly grabbed some supplies. I really have not made one of these up before. I'm just doing it very, very raw, just kind of thinking about some ideas. I got my glue gun going, just got a little glue gun. I got a few supplies here. This little one or this one, either one, what I was thinking about is I have a bunch of pen pals, so I always have stamps. And they're really cool. Ask your friends for them. If you have somebody that writes a lot or whatever, get your stamps. Like I've got several containers. Here's just one, but I've got a lot of containers. I think I have 3 of them. So I went in today. Where's my scissors? You'll need that too. And I just thought about it. I looked at the stamps for a guy and I thought, what could I do here? This one says, thank you. This is a foreign stamp. I believe it's from Finland. It's got a bus, I think, on it. Wouldn't that be cool if your dad or something was a bus driver? Here's another one with a bus. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Anyway, here's a car. This one is really cool. I looked at this and it's a Forever USA, but can you see how that would be really cool on there? Couple of foreign stamps. They don't, you know, necessarily, this one's a Virginia. It's just a sunset. Here's a USA. They don't necessarily have to apply right to your dad, but if you had stamps, for example, that he was in the military, and you could put some flags. This one's United States Army. And this one, I think this one was different that I picked. Yeah, this is the Marine Corps. And if they're canceled, that's fine. Another car. Here's a cool car. I just got this on a letter the other day. It's a Forever stamp. I haven't even seen it yet. And then here's one it's Forever too, and it's the love. So what I would propose, to be really honest with you, what you probably should do for this project is you should soak your stamps in just a little bit of water, just for a couple of minutes, and they will easily, just in water, don't put any soap in them, they will easily usually come right off of that letter rather than you trying to peel these. I'm not going to take the time to do that, but it's a really better idea than trying to glue this on, because it's really hard to get the white off. That may or may not matter to you, and you also may not want to cut off the whole, postal stamp either, but I'm going to. So what I could do here is, just with this little one, I could put, a main one on the top, and then you just need to measure a little bit so your lid is not running into that. Today we're just going to use a glue gun, but what I actually probably would do on this, if I had more time, I don't want this to be like an hour video. Excuse me, I want it to be kind of quick and fast for you. I can always do another video if you needed it in more detail. Just leave a note in the comments if you don't know how to Mod Podge. But I'm just going to use some hot glue today. So I'm going to do that one. Try to get it on there straight. It's a USA. And I'm just kind of going, I love the thank you one for Dad. Isn't that nice? I'm kind of go with the rich tones on this one. And see how that'll go here. Just a little dab will do you here on the back of there. And then get that. I'd probably take more white off on this stamp, but that may or may not matter to you. This would be a prime example of why I would probably want to take the stamp off of the letter, but you could always get a gold pen and go around there also if that white bothers you. It may not even bother you. I don't know. It kind of bothers me. Just aesthetically, I would probably stay with the up and down stamps, probably. This one, see if we put a different style on there. I don't know if it matters or not. It's kind of, your call. Let's see. Let's see if I have a different one. Well, let's just play. No, I don't. I'm kind of contradicting myself here. I don't think. Oh, no, I got a USA one. Let's put a USA. Let's just play pretend on these that, maybe Dad is a bus driver, so you could put the bus stamp on. You could put a thank you on. If there was some PTA stickers or stamps, you could do that, or something that had children on it. That would be a neat idea. So we're just going to go around here and make sure that you get it on there as straight as possible. I really like that. I really do. And just because on this one I'm going, up and down, I think I'm going to put this one on, unless I have a different one. Let me see if there's something that kind of cuts, this would also be really, here's a really cool one. Look at that. Yay, let's do that, because we're just playing pretend. Say Dad or your brother or whatever the male is in your family that is celebrating Father's Day. Say, let's just pretend he's a sailor. He likes to sail. And we're just going to stick that right on there. Okay, now you can do many things with this box. You can continue to decorate it and do whatever you want, but just to save a little bit of time. There we go. We've got that little box. You could put some trim on here, various ribbon or anything that you actually have that would be, something that you could glitter it if you wanted to. It kind of depends on your style and what you want. And then for this one, I kind of like to put, I don't know, let me just try something here. I think there was, where was that other stamp? This one, right here. Let's just pretend, okay? I'm all about pretending. Let's just pretend that Dad is in the Army. Okay, and this one has green on the background. Again, I would probably take that off the paper. Okay, but you don't have to. Again, perfect preference. That's what I want to say. Your perfect preference is what it would be. Just gluing that on, like no big deal. And then what are you going to put in there? Go ahead and put some of those matchboxes in there. Fill it with his favorite candy. Put some, you know, some sort of padding in there, and give him a piece of jewelry. A watch would fit really nice in there for him. The matchboxes, if you were going to do matchboxes, you could lay them down or you could set them up and do that. That would be really cool. Whatever would be special that Dad would like that was kind of small, there it is. Now you can just leave it like that. You don't have to, but I would probably go back and I would put probably on this a brocade around this, and then I would probably Mod Podge these on. That's kind of what I would do. So there is another gift. And then here, I was just going to try this on this medium box. Let me get this out of the way. And you get the idea. You're basically just decorating your box. And so I had some of this burlap, and I thought, I wonder if I could run that around there, and I surely can. You can kind of measure at first, you know, aesthetically, what is that going to look like? Whoops, this one's kind of stubborn, the lid only goes on certain ways. Okay, so we can see right now that we're going to have to put our burlap almost to the bottom because otherwise it's going to interfere. And these boxes just happen to be snug enough that, yeah, you probably... So I'm just going to put the burlap... Whoops, let's see, get it on going the right way. Yeah, that is the right way. Okay. And we're just going to run it around there. And, you know, that's all you're really doing here is decorating boxes to whatever your liking is. So isn't that kind of fun? I kind of like that. We'll finish this one up for you. And it's just to give you a good idea. I mean, whatever you feel would work for you and what you want to give your dad. It's nice to have, you know, a nice box. And, you know, dads are sentimental too. And he may, you never know, he might just keep that box, you know, because you made it. That's really special, I think. You know, anything that we make with our hands, you know, dads love that too. And he will be so touched that, you know, you not only gave him a beautiful gift, but you also made the box. I like that idea. So we're just going to cut that there. And I can see that right here before I glue it down that this, you know, not all ribbon, I guess, is created equal. And so this was a little bit tighter weave here than what this is. So I'm going to have to adjust a little bit because I don't want it to have one of the ribbon's edge dropping down. So let's just do this and just see. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, so we have that nice trim there. And then, you know, just play around. Use whatever you have. I'm going to put this on here so I can get a little bit of idea. What do I have? Jacqueline, what do you have? I just grabbed some supplies here. I'm kind of going with metal. One thing I do is that, I don't know if I'll use these, but I'm going to pull them out anyway. I only have a few left. I pull apart jewelry. I go off to the Goodwill or the charity shop, wherever, and I look for jewelry, and then I cut it all apart, and then I use it. Like, why not, right? Why not? Okay, here we've got, these were all thrifted. These are my little, what do you call these? Fleur de lis. Is that how you say it? Fleur de lis. Now this one here, I'm going to use gold because that's what I see here versus the silver. I guess that's a preference too. This is my second package of these, and I happen to know that the backs are quite stubborn. So they do come off, but you got to work them a little bit. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to play around with this. I have a couple of bows here. that are also handmade, and I'm just playing around at this point. I'm just kind of looking at this, you know, like what would that look like? It's very manly looking, right? Ooh, I don't think I'm going to go with the stripes, but I actually do like this, even though you're covering that up. I actually like that. Don't you think it looks kind of manly, even though it's a flower? You like it? I like it. I'm going to glue that on. Oh, these, I don't need that little piece of elastic on there, so I'm going to cut that off and put a fairly heavy amount of glue on this so it sticks. You don't want it falling off, right? So I'm going to stick that sucker down and put that right down there. Make sure it's nice and secure. Ooh, I like that. And then I also had some arrows here. Now I'm just using hot glue. I suppose, I don't know, if you used an E6000 it probably wouldn't work as well because it's such a liquid and you're doing it on its side. You know what I mean? It could drip. So our hot glue gun might be the answer here. So I'm just kind of working with it. Like, you know, there's an arrow. Wouldn't it be cool if you had a little heart? There's the arrow to my heart, Dad. If you like the arrow, you could also put an arrow right here. Would be nice on the box and decorate all the way around the sides. You know, that would be really cool too. Well, here. Oh, you know, it'd be really cool too. Do I have enough? Oh, I don't have enough. If I had, do I have any more of these? I think this is all I've got. Oh, darn. I was going to say if we had 4 of these in gold, wouldn't they be cool on the corners? But we don't. So I'm just going to glue one right side up. That's the point up. And let's go ahead and just glue it on the side here. You're going to have to hold a minute. Isn't that nice? It's classy. Classy, classy. I like it, I like it, I like it. And I think I have 2 arrows and I do have 2 of these. Oh, I also have these though. Okay, wait a minute. Getting ahead of myself, which I often do. Oh, I hope you're having fun here. I really don't have a plan when I craft. I mean, I just kind of grab my supplies. You'll notice that on all my videos. And if I make a mistake, so be it. It's okay. We try to fix it. If it doesn't work, well, it doesn't work. At least we tried, right? But most of the time, actually, I think almost everything I've done has ultimately turned out one way or another. Maybe not as originally planned, but hey. Okay, there we go. We've got that. And then I do want an arrow. Is there a right side or wrong to this? Not really. This one's going to have to... This is going to be a little tricky because I don't want the glue to show. Let's see if I can do this. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, look it. Isn't that neat? I love it. I love it. I love it. One more arrow. Isn't that cool? Just using what I've got. And when I'm done with this, I'm done with it. And then I go off and I try and find more supplies. I try to buy all my craft supplies like this little stuff in bags. You know how they'll usually be hanging on the wall or they'll be in some sort of bin in a craft fair or a craft store. I try to, you know, not buy things individually. I try to go for the bags, and most of the time I can find some use for them. So there we go. Isn't that just cute? I love it. It's got a real manly feel to it. You could stop right now, or you could go with some of these gems on the top, and I'm going to. I don't know, I kind of like things kind of busy. But if you have a more simple style, then, you know, lighten it up, make it your own. And I realize that these, you know, these things I'm using you don't possibly have, right? But you still can get the idea. I know that Tim Holtz does a lot of hardware type of things that you can find in a Hobby Lobby or something like that. So anyway, our little box is done. Isn't that snazzy, other than the glue glue showing. Isn't that neat? Didn't we do a good job? I like it. I really do like it. And I think our dad would too. So again, a watch could go in there, some candy, probably some socks isn't going to fit in that one. But as you decorate your boxes, you know, you could fit like this big one. You certainly could put some socks or something. Socks are so boring. I'm just throwing that out there. A tie, whatever. Those are all boring things. I don't know. Or money, right? Dad's always given us money, possibly. Maybe it's our turn to give Dad some money. I don't know. And then there's one more that I'm going to do. I think we have some time. Oh, we're at 25 minutes. I am just going to show you the use of some stickers. This book was thrifted. There's the proof right there. And it's this book. Okay, they come out with a whole series of these. I don't really like these stickers, to be very honest with you. I should say I like the stickers. I like the patterns. But as far as sticking, they suck. I don't think they are good for that. So you're going to have to glue some on or Mod Podge over that. But anyway, smack dab in the middle of this is these pretty patterns, these geometrical patterns. So I'm just showing you. They're kind of weird patterns in these, and maybe you can go through. Some are kind of weird and spooky, but they're very abstract, and you can use a series of ones. So let me do this just really quickly for you. And like I said, you would... and these can go on just as however you want them to go on. You can cut them off, whatever. But here's an abstract one by just taking stickers. I mean, you can do this like really quickly. And it's got, isn't it cool? It's got kind of a manly vibe to it, I think. I saw these geometrical designs and I thought, yeah, let's do it, Jacqueline. Let's do it. I think that'll work. And you can just play with this, right? I mean, whatever stickers you want. Let's see. I am going to go back. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. And then if you had, like in this book, there is some other, what do you want to say? Shapes. Excuse me. So you could, you could do whatever you wanted with it. Excuse me, I usually always bring some water, and I didn't today. But anyway, just showing you that you can layer upon layer upon layer. And these stickers aren't going to matter under the lid. I don't think they're going to interfere with anything. And you can put, let's see if I can just find something. I thought I saw, excuse me just a minute. Hold, please. Well, I go through here and see, I thought I found something cool for Dad when I was going through here, but you wouldn't have to do anything more than what we have done. But anyway, there's some really abstract stickers in this book. And yeah, so anyway, but you could add on to those and layer on. And so here we have our box. Isn't that lovely? You can just leave that pattern on the top, or here is a Tiger brand. I might put that on there. Whatever manly stickers that you have. Yeah, grab them. That was the one I was going to use right there. But I like this compass too. You know, and that's the thing about crafting. That's what I do. It's just like, what's speaking to me at the moment? Isn't that cool? Like, what's talking to me? And if something's talking to you as you see it, just pull the darn thing off. Just use it, right? You don't have to, like, analyze it too much. Just go, yeah, I like that. Oh, I love this. So here is the lock, right, with no key. So we could, you know, put that anywhere. I think I'll go on the bigger one. And there you have it. Again, you could add more embellishments to it. Anyway, just wanted to show you our boxes, and stay tuned, because what I'm going to be doing is, like I said, I'm going to make up some gift baskets, and I'm going to use some of these boxes that we did. Here's one, the Tiger brand, this really cool one that we did with the bow on the top, the stamp one, really cool. And then this one. Now, I'd probably go back and add stickers to this one, I'm thinking. But perfect, you know, your preference, whatever it is. But I probably will go back, and I'm going to go through my book and see if I can find some stickers to put on this one too. And again, opening up that great gift of Matchboxes. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next time. We're going to be concentrating on 3 things. We're going to be concentrating on Father's Day first, because it's coming sooner than you know it. What is it, the second week or so? Second or third week, I think, of June. We'll be looking at some patriotic crafts, and then I will be doing garden crafts right through June and July. And you can go back and see some of my videos already, painted bricks and all kinds of cool things, some flower plates and such. Go back and watch my videos. Subscribe if you like what you see, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for being here.